What's up, everyone? This is Kyle from the TF Review, and today, my friends, we're going to be taking a look at the RAPTOR Zord. Now, as you can see, the packaging is almost identical to that of the Megazord. Now, you notice I say almost. And while I was looking at the packaging, you'll notice this one actually has a forest background versus this one, which is sort of set in front of a desert. Something I noticed, and I think that's actually a really cool little feature. Obviously, these aren't very good for display, but it's an added detail that Bandai of America did not have to add, but they did, and I actually commend them for that. In the corner, you have a nice little piece of artwork. You do have the Dino Charger right there. And again, it's literally identical to that of the Megazord. The artwork, you know, it shows the combination, shows the gimmick, blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and let's open this packaging and let's take a look at the RAPTOR Zord. So here we have the RAPTOR Zord out of the packaging. We can see that it is almost identical to that of the Megazord in terms of the body. The major differences, of course, are the head and the tail. And, of course, the fact that this is molded in a green plastic versus the Megazord's black plastic. Also, the yellow highlights are just a tad different. The RAPTOR Zord now has yellow highlights over the claws, and the feet are molded in a yellow plastic, which actually I really do like. And there is a bit of silver that flows through, and red eyes. Who doesn't love red eyes? The mold is, again, really, really strong and really, really pronounced, so there's not a lot of need for paint apps. And I'm sure if you wanted to, you could go ahead and you can get some black wash and just kind of rub over it, and the detail will really stick out even more. Now, this figure does come with its Dino Charger right here, molded in gray plastic with green highlights. This is number 4, the Velociraptor, and it does have the same gimmick as all the other Dino Chargers, but with the Velociraptor. Now, I did mention that this is pretty dang close identical, but there is one small difference, apart from the head. And this is kind of on a ratchet. It's not really on a ratchet, but there's a texture underneath that makes it a little more difficult to open and close. That makes it feel a little bit ratcheted. And I'm not sure why they did that. I don't have that issue with the Megazord, but that is a little bit weird. Now, onto the Dino Charge gimmick. We're going to go ahead, we're going to take the Dino Charger, open his mouth, make sure it's all the way open. If it's not, the battery will not fit in. And again, you want to make sure that the pegged end is facing inward into his mouth. And we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at his gimmick. Now, you might not have been able to see it from that angle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to hold it to the side. And that's his gimmick. You can see his tail does split into 3 separate, almost finger-like appendages. So it is a fairly simple gimmick. Nothing too fancy. And to remove the beast battery, all you need to do is take this little slider, slide it out, and pull it out. And I apologize, I notice sometimes I will refer to the Dino Chargers as beast batteries. Just know that I mean Dino Charger if I do say that. Now, to get this ready for its Megazord form, it's identical to that of the Megazord. What you need to do, fold the legs back, spin the arms around, and make sure they're kind of pointed out back like that. Again, do the same on this side, spin the arms around, and they will stop at this point. And then once you've hit that point, you're good. Then you want to take the legs, spin them forward, and make sure that the arms kind of groove into this little gap in the feet. And then you can just play around, adjust, do the same to this side. Lastly, just open his mouth, and we can go ahead and plug him into the Megazord. So, here's the Dino Charge Megazord. You can see we've got the Megazord already plugged in. And here we go. So yeah, talk about overcompensation a little bit. His arms now reach down to past his feet in some cases. And that is just a bit much, don't you think? But it looks really good. And lastly, for just a quick comparison, we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the Megazord, and you can see these are quite literally almost identical. with just some minor differences. That is, of course, the head and the tail, and the color, which is the most obvious one, and the feet are also different. But they both make great additions to your Megazord team, and I highly recommend picking these guys up. They're a lot of fun, and they really make the Megazord look a lot more menacing than it actually does. So, thank you so much for watching. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stay tuned for more, and follow me on Twitter at the TF Review. Look for a full gallery of images on my Facebook page at the TF Review, and I will see you guys in the next video.